Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of the most merciful and most merciful. First of all, thank you very much for staying with us with the risk management course today. So I'm trying to continue the discussion that we have done last time. So now we move to the next chapter. By the way, that previous chapter we have discussed about the introduction on risk management concept in banking sector, and right now we try to little bit dig more about what the behind the risk management by looking at the particular part of the Islamic banking operations. You see that Islamic banking or banking in general, they have two main activities. The first is bank as the deposited institutions. Yeah. It means that the bank save the fund from the customers, and this fund that has been taken from the customer will be distributed through entrepreneurs, yeah, or borrowers, yeah, through lending. So we try to look at right now the chapter 1 about the nature of risks, yeah, and regulations in banking. This one is the one that we are going to discuss. Yeah, the bank in general is the financial institutions that try to share the services, yeah, as the funding and lending and services activities. Yeah, and in terms of that activities, for sure, bank must be highly regulated. Yeah. Why? Because otherwise the bank tend to fail. Yeah. Maybe you remember that there are some financial crisis happens. Yeah. The last 10 years and last 20 years, whereby the banking sectors at the moment was collapsed, and then it may impact to the economy in general severely. So here, the function of regulations coming to be very important, because this regulation will try to mitigate the impact or likelihood the bank will be systemically impact others, because you know that the bank is the majority of sector in the economy, and if it fails, yeah, it may impact the others very quickly and very dangerous. Yeah. So here, in short, regulation is important in order to mitigate the potential risks coming to banking sector, either conventional or Islamic banks. And the second one is that here is the economic shocks and systemic risks. Economic shock here actually refers to the environment where the bank live. And the systemic risk here is the impact due to the economic shocks coming into the banks, whereby the bank at the moment cannot able to absorb that risk coming into the system. So the bank will be gradually decreasing in terms of the resilience, and then in the end, it will be a systematic financial institutions. So in regard on the economic shocks and systemic risk, the regulation that has been practiced by other institutions or other countries, we focus on the risk-based supervision, whereby the risk-based supervision basically put the capital as the most important part, how to make the bank sound. Yeah. And in this regard, the more perceived risk that the bank have, it should be more capital must be input, must be holded. Otherwise, the bank will be happen to be systemic. And this is the regulation that has been so far taken by other central banks and banks in general, whereby we are taking the Basel I Accord and Basel II Accord. Actually, we know we have Basel III Accord as well. But in general, these two Basel Accord focus on the how to make Islamic bank or banking sector in general, they are healthy and sound in terms of the operations. And they put here the capital as the base ingredients in order to mitigate the risk, particularly the credit and operational risk in the banking sectors. And this accord tries to cover the single risk, so we focus on only particular risk, not general risk, so that the risk can be easily mitigated, and that's all. I think the nature of risk and regulation. If we conclude just a bit about the slide, we do agree that the bank is most complicated and most regulated institutions because the bank has dominant portion in the economy, and then the bank happens to be very easily impacted by others due to the heavily connected with others institutions. And so far we have taken Basel Accord regulation in order to mitigate the potential risk and make the bank more resilient. I think that's all for a while for today's discussions. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.